Excuse me.
Hey, looky, Dagu. A crown come out of hiding.
That's so, hey, Crown. Be good and bring us another round, eh?
I hear you crowns think you're real brave dagger lads. Want to test yourself against a real swordsman?
I'm sick of chit-chat, little Crown boy. Pull that blade out if you know how, or leave me alone.
Stand and draw then, gentlemen.
Take him, boys. Bleeding on the floor.
Not this time.
Cyrus! Pick on someone your own size.
Gentlemen, take it outside, please.
Careful of the fixture, Cyrus.
Take care. We just cleaned the place.
Come here, boy.
Break it, you pay for it.
Come on, Cyrus.
Pay no further blow.
Slice him
Same old
good.
rules. I've got you now.
Point up, lad, and move him.
Blood on the furnishings.
Not this time.
Haven't you
A bit
people
out of
anything
shape,
else
are
to
we?
do? Gentlemen, take it out.
Cyrus! Pick on someone your own size.
Take care.
Careful
we
of the
just
thing.
cleaned the place.
Keep away from me, lad. Spill my ale, and you'll regret it.
Break it, you pay for it.
Come on, Cyrus.
Same old rules, boys. No face,
Point
no
up,
blood,
lad, and
no
move him. A bit out of shape, are we?
Haven't you people anything else to do?
Getting old and slow, mate. Kill him! Side through the heart, boys. Careful of the fixture, Cyrus.
Hell's blood.
Keep away from me, lad.
Too slow.
Through the heart, fast run. Hey, watch out! Come on, Cyrus. Stop playing with him. Point up.
Take care. We just cleaned the place.
A bit out of shape, are we? Oh, don't kill me.
Break it, you pay for it.
Why don't you fellas keep it down?
What? Again?
Getting old and slow.
Same old rules, boys. No face, no groin, no blood on the furnishings.
Is that the best you've got?
Juggling, eh?
Pick on someone your own size.
You get me. Save me, lads.
Haven't you people anything else to do?
Careful of the fixture, Cyrus.
Hunting! Gentlemen,
Keep away from me, lad. Spill my ale, and you'll regret it.
take care!
Come on, Cyrus. Stop playing with him. Point up, lad, and move him.
Break it, you pay for it.
Hell
Same
no
old rules,
blood.
boys. No face, no groin, no blood
Getting
on the
old and
furniture.
slow, mate. I'm overmatched.
Why don't you fellas keep it down?
Relieve your breathing care.
Haven't you people anything else to do?
Cyrus!
Mine now.
Gentlemen,
Juggle him, eh? Get
Careful
him.
of the fixture, Cyrus.
Just a few dust belly.
take
Step
care.
away from me,
grabs-
lad.
he grabs
Smell my
gum.
ale, and you'll
Lay
regret
land
it.
here.
Break
Come
it
on,
down
Cyrus.
for it.
Stop playing with
Got
it.
you now. Skag.
Kill him!
Same old
Kill him! Point up, lad, and move him.
Haven't you people anything else to do?
A bit out of shape, are we?
Gentlemen,
Getting old and slow,
take it
mate.
outside, please.
Cyrus! Pick on someone you're
Take
inside.
care.
Kill him!
We just cleaned the place.
Careful of the
Break
fixture,
it. You
Cyrus.
pay for it.
Slice him good. Step away from me, lad.
Same old
Spill
rules.
my ale, and
no
you'll
face,
regret
no
it.
groin, no blood on the furnishings.
Come on, Cyrus. Stop playing with him.
Haven't you people anything else to do?
Mercy! Point up, lad, and move him.
Gentlemen, take it.
It's locked. Could I have a word with you?
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
Do you know a woman named Zara?
Zara. Scrawny little thing, chicken legs, no hips. Yeah, I know her. Used to come by, pestering me all the time. You know how women are. Not my type, though. Rollo likes them larger.
Watch your tongue, cretin. That's my sister you're talking about.
Oh, Big Brother's a tough guy here. Topping it pretty high, aren't you? Coming into my house talking that way. I haven't seen her in months anyway.
What do you know of the Restless League?
Bunch of idiots, if you ask me. You can't fight the Empire. They'll learn, though.
How are things in town with the Imperials in charge?
What do I look like? The town crier? Same old as far as Rollo's concerned. Politics is for suckers. I got a sweet deal with Gherrick. No need for me to worry about who's sitting in the palace.
Do you know anything about the smuggler's den under the cartographer's shop?
Maybe I've heard of it. Yeah, I've seen some guys hanging around there, supposedly in the Restless League, but it's all talk. They never do anything. You can't get in there without a password anyway, so you may as well forget about it.
What sort of deal do you have with Gherrik?
You know, that fool elf that runs the trading post pays me a silver penny for each crate I bring up from the docks. No lie! And I only have to go down when the bell rings. Means the ship's arrived. Yup, Rollo knows a good thing when he sees it.
I don't suppose you've ever been in the palace.
No, could have got a job to go up there, but Kotaro wasn't offering enough. Let some other sucker trek all the way out to Nagastas.
I don't suppose you've ever been in the palace.
No, could have got a job to go up there, but Kotaro wasn't offering enough. Let some other sucker trek all the way out to Nagastas.
Bell?
Jeez, you are as dumb as you look. The bell, in the bell tower, right outside.
Rollo, I have half a mind to kick your teeth in.
Half a mind sounds generous. Close the door on your way out.
Tell me about this Nagasta.
I'm tired of listening to you. Beat it.
Bell?
I don't know anything.
It's always a pleasure, Rollo.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
I need to ask you a few questions.
What makes you think I want to answer them?
Tell me about this Nagasta.
Are you still here?
It's always a pleasure, Rollo.
Don't let the door hit you on... Get off of there! What are you, some kind of clown?
Hey, Redguard! What about a drink?
Hello, Purnell.
Eh?
Do you think...
I really
Here you go, Purnell.
Of course.
One moment.
Quit bothering me.
A is for the apes that date their mothers.
What's this? What's this? It's locked.
Well met, stranger.
Excuse me, miss, can I have a word?
Yes, my name's Mariah. What can I do for you?
Do you know of a woman named Izara?
Used to see her around, but that was a while ago. Last time I saw her, she was headed toward the cartographers. never saw her again. And that was 3 months ago, if it were a day.
Any idea how I can get into the palace?
Richton doesn't take to uninvited guests, and there's no way to sneak in that I've heard of.
What do you know about this Restless League group?
They scare me, frankly. They've been around since the days of facade, and no one seems to know much about them. They seem to remain as quiet as possible. Not like your usual pirates. There's something else to them.
And what does life hold for you in Stross M'Kay?
Not as much as it used to. Spend my days landscaping. Before the Civil War, there were more of us. The town square and the park was so beautiful. But I do what I can.
I'm surprised Richton even allows such a practice to continue.
City beautification may not be one of Lord Richton's concerns, but he still needs to put on the right air. Should his Emperor, Tiber Septim, ever check up on him? All leaders like their gardens full and the smell of success in the air.
Wars have never been good to a city.
Especially not this one. First, a tour and the crowns defeat the forebears, then the Empire comes rolling in. It's too much for these walls to handle.
I can only assume you are a crown.
That I am, though not as passionate as many others. I'm glad the war's over, really. Life goes on, and times change. I'll try to keep our sweet city as fair as she can be.
You sound as though you bear no grudge to the forebears or the Empire for that matter.
The forebears claim to be the earliest descendants from Hammerfell, while the crowns trace their lineage to the first rulers. It's been that way for generations, and Tiber Septim tries, where many have failed, to unite the world of Tamriel.
The cartographers. I wonder what she would want there.
Hopefully she was just seeing Michael, the map maker, and not the boys in the smuggler's den below.
Where's the park?
Over by the waterfall. I'm ashamed you didn't notice. I'll have to spend more time on it. People really do enjoy it, especially that arcade boy, Kithra.
What were you saying about Kithral?
He's one of the temple members. Loved the park. Would stare at the waterfall and write in his journal. Passionate crowd. That one. Oh, but now that you mention it, I haven't seen him in months.
What do you know about the smuggler's den?
Below the cartographers. I've seen all sorts coming in and out of there. Even so-called league members from time to time. I hope Zara didn't end up there.
You wouldn't happen to know the password to the den, would you?
Oh, no. I stay far away from that sort of trouble.
Thanks, Mariah.
Good cheer, sir.
Magnificent!
cheer, sir.
Magnificent! A word.
No, I haven't got any work, and I don't know who does. Good day to you.
Good cheer, sir.
Hello, brother. I'm Cyrus, recent to this shore.
Brother Niddle, good son, welcome to the Temple of Arkea.
Can you heal me, Brother Niddle?
Please forgive the formalities, but the governor has levied a temple tax of 25 gold for any magical services rendered, healing or otherwise. Will you pay the tax?
Forget it.
I am truly sorry, but I cannot help you then.
My sister Izara has been missing for near 3 months. Perhaps you have heard of her?
I knew her well, actually, but she never mentioned having a brother. She was a fiery sort, as I'm sure you know, and her Redguard blood did not fare well under Imperial rule. She is not the only nationalist who has disappeared since the governor claimed the city. There have been others.
What others have disappeared?
Brother Kitral, my initiate and good friend, for one. He was an outspoken man and a Crown sympathizer. He was enamored of your sister, I must say, and took to her Crown propaganda readily. Are you a follower of Arkea, Cyrus?
Me? No. Well, not in the worshipper sense.
In what sense, then?
I'm not that wayward, brother. I do believe in the gods and in their, importance to man and, all that.
And Arkea's importance would be...
I'm usually the one who asks all the questions, Brother Niddle.
Humor an old man.
Arkea, then, the shepherd of the soul who watches us through our lives and our deaths and guides us between them in the heavenly interim.
May he watch over you.
Is there anything you can tell me about the Restless League, brother?
I know very little about their activities, Cyrus. The common stories, sure, but not much more.
I know even less of the League than you, brother. The common stories included.
Then know that they are ruffians and cutthroats who would like nothing more than carve their symbol upon the Emperor's eyes for daring to set them on Hammerfell. And know they secretly served the prince against the forebears during the Civil War to help Ator win back Sentinel.
What is the League's symbol?
The red R, for restless as they ever are. Trust me, you will see it if you stay in Stross M'Kai for long, invariably written in Imperial blood.
Sentinel, the capital city.
From whence Ator was forced to flee soon after his father died. Aye, but the crowns gathered here at Stross M'Kai and charged northwards to take their throne city back. But by then, the Imperial's bargain had been struck.
How is Stross M'Kai these days, Brother Niddle?
You should be able to see it just from the faces on the streets, my boy. But then again, there aren't that many faces out there anymore. Things have become quiet since the occupation.
I have seen the Empire expanding into all of Tamriel in my travels. Why is the occupation of Stross M'Kai full of more bloodshed than most?
You have only your Redguard blood to answer that, my boy.
When has Hammerfell ever suffered foreign rule? The Civil War was bloody, to be sure, but when the forebears allied with the Empire, the crowns felt they had been betrayed by their own kind. They were prepared to fight to the last man, and the Empire sent Admiral Richten to make sure they did.
Tell me of the forebears.
Living in Stross M'Kai, you only get the crown definition, of course. That the forebears were the pretenders to the throne, that they betrayed the Republic, and that Hammerfell has been cursed by their cowardice.
Azara was a crown, I know that. As a crown, what would be her fate?
I fear, sadly, that the crown's days are ended. The forebears' alliance with Emperor Septim made sure of that.
What else do you know about Richten?
That you should stay away from him, my boy. He will not care if you are a crown or not, should he find out that you are Azara's brother. However, you are probably safe in the city for the time being, as he never leaves the palace, it seems.
I escaped Hammerfell just before the Civil War, and without regret. That is probably why Azara never mentioned me to you. Well, it was through a mutual friend that I learned of her disappearance.
The war cost this city much, Cyrus. Though an outsider may not see it, the crowns are gone now, and only the League remains as their testament.
The temple seems very empty, Brother Niddle. Are you its only priest?
We have ever been understaffed. It was horrible right after the battle. All the dead and dying. But luckily I had Brother Kithral to help me tend to them. Since he is gone now, I must carry on alone.
What can you tell me about the governor?
That he is a hard man. Richten threatened to raise the temple when I refused to hand over the wounded of Prince Ator, who had survived the battle. I assured him that even his emperor could not defy divine law. Nevertheless, the wounded under my care were healed only to be thrown into the catacombs thereafter.
What of Prince Ator?
He was lost at sea, my boy. That is all I know. And that it was rumored that Azara knew him personally.
So my sister knew the prince then?
Leave that alone, boy. That was but a rumor.
Did my sister fight in the Battle of Stross M'Kai?
No, she was never part of the military. She could have been, though. She was good with a sword, I hear.
What is the divine law?
Richten wanted to rescind the crown's right to sanctuary while they were wounded, or to desecrate the bodies of the enemy dead before I gave them their last rites.
So Ator's men are in the catacombs, then?
Either that, or they are fruit for the necromancer. It is somehow appropriate that Richten deals with that nefarious slug.
What happened to the bodies of Ator's men after their last rites?
Food for the dragon, more than likely. But at least their souls are safe from the necromancer.
The Imperials have a dragon?
Its name is Nafal-Alagus, and it lives in the catacombs, or so I have heard. It has not been seen in the skies since the battle, so maybe Richten is lying about it still being around.
What about this necromancer?
Nagasta has been here long, manifest in Thasad's good rule. Ator had kept his wretchedness at bay, but now, with the prince gone, he has cursed the land.
What about this?
Nagasta has been here long, manifested.
has Nagasta cursed the land?
The very soil of Stross M'Kai is cursed. Nagasta has become very powerful and has weaved a soul snare across the island. Any who die must quickly have their last rites performed before their souls become his to claim.
Do you know anyone that Azara may have kept company with, vanished nationalist or otherwise?
Like I said, I knew her well, and she spoke often to Brother Kitral, my former initiate, but he, too, has disappeared. She was a devout Archean, Izara. I once almost convinced her to join the temple, but that was before she... well...
Before she what, Brother Niddle?
Well, man, before she vanished.
I trust that you will seek me out if you hear anything more of my sister.
I will be honest, Cyrus. She is either dead or worse, for I know she would not have left Stross M'Kai even after Ator's defeat. Ricton had a list of rebels when he took the throne, and Isara's name was undoubtedly upon it.
Why the temple tax?
Just another of Ricton's rules, my boy, along with several other solutions to the burden of empire.
When did you last see Kithral?
I sent him to the park for fresh mandrake root, and that is probably where Ricton's men were waiting. Kithral was against the imperial expansion from the start, though I reminded him that Arcea frowns on more secular interests. This warning Kithral obviously did not take to heart.
Until later, Brother Niddle.
Goodbye, my son. That alone, boy.
It's locked. It's empty. Somebody's really been through this place.
What's a password?
Open up!
Sorry, mate, I can't help you.
It's empty. Somebody's really been through this place. Text on potions. Says here that orc's blood mixed with pig sack provides great strength. What's a wizard without a crystal ball? A dried out sack from a pig. It's a small purple salamander. Excuse me, are you the Archmage?
Leave me, please. I have much to do.
A piece of amber. This horn looks to be from a unicorn. Volumes on the art of magic. I would never have the patience. Sure smells like orc's blood. Volumes on the art of magic. I would never have the patience.
Good day.
This canister looks to contain lich dust. Very rare. Volumes on the art of magic. I would never have the patience.
Sir, please, you're not allowed behind the counter. Looking for something?
Hello.
Hello, stranger. Welcome to the Mages Guild of Stro's M'Kai, fully chartered since 638 CE. I'm the resident shopkeeper hereabouts. Feel free to look around, but remember, everything is guild property. If there's anything you'd like to buy, just let me know.
I'm looking for a young woman named Izara.
The name is not familiar, sir. Might she have been a member of the guild?
I doubt it, but she may have been.
My apprenticeship here has lasted several years, and I haven't met any member named Izara yet, but who knows? Many members of the upper cabal are of the secretive sort.
Do you know anything about the Restless League?
I'm afraid not. The Mages Guild tries to stay out of the lesser politics.
What kind of town is Stro's M'Kai?
I'm too busy studying to pay it much mind. Plus, with the Empire here, the streets feel kind of dangerous.
So you never leave the guild?
If you want to know the truth, wide open spaces kind of make me nervous. Many wood elves are like that, you know.
They miss the canopy of the Valenwood trees.
Our second sky, the middle green. Let's just say I don't wander around in Stross M'Kai enough to know that much about it.
How old is the Mages Guild?
This one? Or the institution itself? This one is fairly new, 200 years and a fourth more. Modern magic scheme, late to Hammerfell.
Redguards have strong traditions.
But even they took finally to the notion of a more controlled and conscious auspice for magic. The Mages Guild was a reaction to that mass hedgery of old when magic was wild and unbalanced.
How very modern for an elf.
When you're a student, you embrace the institutional line if you want to graduate.
How long do you have to be an apprentice, Ms.
Felicia, and it's been way too long. I think the Guild has a prejudice against elves based on the fact that we live so long, and have the potential of reaching heights no human wizard could ever dream for, unless he goes the rotting way, which so many do. But I guess I'm just being bitter. One day I'll make Archmage, and maybe none too soon, considering there's an opening now.
How long do you have to be an apprentice, Ms.
Felicia, and it's been way too long. I think the Guild has a prejudice against elves based on the fact that we live so long, and have the potential of reaching heights no human wizard could ever dream for, unless he goes the rotting way, which so many do. But I guess I'm just being bitter. One day I'll make Archmage, and maybe none too soon, considering there's an opening now.
Who is the Archmage?
Human named Jagenveer, a real hard case. Doesn't really have enough secrets to be Archmage. But the last one was killed at the Battle of Stross M'Kai, so there was a vacuum to fill.
Do you think Jagenveer knows anything about Azara?
Wouldn't tell you if he did. He doesn't talk to mundanes, and he's too busy studying for the Battlespire to be seen lately.
What's the Battlespire?
A war college set up by the Empire to test its battle mages. An elite mages guild, really. Archmage Jagenveer's got his sights on the Battlespire recently, though why anybody would want to hang out with those losers is beyond me.
What happened to the last Archmage?
Boa's Redguard blood got the better of him. He died in the Battle of Stross M'Kai, fighting alongside the prince.
The Mages Guild helped the Crowns in the battle?
Not the Mages Guild, just former Archmage Boa. He was a nationalist as well as a guild member and couldn't help himself. Got killed for mundane politics.
Maybe I could speak to somebody in the upper cabal.
Sure, you'll be right after me. As soon as you get 10 years of apprenticeship under your belt and can cast an alter reality spell. The new Archmage Jagenveer, he doesn't talk to nobody. And we make everybody else in the guild do likewise, except for me, since I run the shop.
Has the Empire interfered with the Mages Guild yet?
Of that I am not at liberty to say. Let's just say Archmage Jagenveer is trying to stay on their good side. He's got his greedy eyes on the Battlespire.
I've heard one of your members got into some trouble with the governor.
I'm not supposed to talk about that.
What's for sale?
Magical potions of all sorts.
What potions do you have?
Healing potions, strength potions, and potions of iron skin.
I'm gonna need a potion of iron skin.
Sure. 25 gold, please.
Not right now. Thanks for your help.
The name's Felicia. I'll be here.
Thanks, Felicia.
Thanks yourself.
Future. The past. Old friends long gone. The future. Locked. Can I have a moment?
Are you slow, boy? Be gone.
This really won't take long.
The battle spire test awaits. I have no time for you now. Please.
I was wondering.
Don't make me throw you out. Now, leave me.
Excuse me, are you the Archmage?
Leave me, please. I have much to do.
Can I have a moment?
Are you slow, boy? Be gone.
This really won't take long.
The battle spire test awaits. I have no time for you now. Please.
I was wondering.
Don't make me throw you out. Now, leave me.
Locked.
Hello there.
Hi, Cyrus. And you are?
Lock key. You're a no here, aren't you?
You know anything about a woman named Zara?
Zara. Name sounds familiar, but I can't say that I do.
What do you know about the Restless League?
Nothing. Who said that I did?
And what does Stross M'Kai hold for you?
I'm what everyone likes to refer to as Mr. Fix-It. I'm cursed by it, actually. Oh, and by the way, if you see a man named Triffic, tell him I'll get to his boat when I have time.
If I see the fellow, I'll tell him.
And as for what keeps me in Stross M'Kai with the Empire and Rickton and all, well, I've lived here a long time, got friends and roots here. And Stross M'Kai has deep roots, ancient history. Hey, there's the real mystery.
What's wrong with Trithic's boat?
Not sure, really. I think he's had some vandals at night.
The real mystery? Huh, I've heard too many already.
The ruins, in the mountains. Dwarves, sailor, long dead, an ancient technological treasure trove. Empires searching the world for such knowledge. They may have found it here.
What does the Empire hope to find there?
Power? Before you know it, we'll have steam-driven carriages and flying machines. Whole Empire's interested in them dwarves for some reason. Sure. Prince of Tor, Arcade, bless his soul, might have said they were dangerous and we should leave dead civilizations be, but hell, man, there's progress to be made.
Flying machines, are you okay?
You just wait. Those dwarves made up for their lack of magic another way. Magic is the crutch of the world. Why build a better bridge when a mage can teleport you to the other side? Things have been the same for thousands of years and it's gonna end soon.
Steam-driven carriages, huh?
That's right. Dwarves knew how to use the steam. You may laugh, but it's a powerful force, and Rickon's got his boys looking at it right now. Empire may have what they need to conquer all of Tamriel sooner than you think.
Do you know the password to the smuggler's den?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, Lakeen, here's your locket. I know you've been gambling at the smuggler's den, Lakeen, and I need to get in there.
Damn! Where'd you hear that? Look, that's not something I'm proud of, so keep your voice down. Let's move this conversation elsewhere.
Gambling away your wife's silver locket, not good. Tell me what I want to know. What do you know about Azara, the League, and that den?
Calm down, please. I know nothing. I've only been there to gamble a few times. I've heard the League goes there, but I ain't seen him or this Azara woman, I swear. And if my wife finds out about the gambling, I'll be dead.
Then just give me the password and I'll take it from there.
Sure, but you gotta help me first, Cyrus. Please, get my silver locket back from that Rollo cheater, and I'll give you the password, I swear. Please!
I know you've been gambling at the smuggler's den, Lakeen, and I need to get in there.
Damn! Where'd you hear that? Look, that's not something I'm proud of, so keep your voice.
Lakeen?
Have you found my locket?
Rollo.
Smelly guy, cheats at cards. He won that locket through trickery, the foul dust belly.
Okay, Lakeen, here's your locket. Now tell me the password.
Oh, thank goodness, you got it, I'm saved. Never going back to that den again. No, sir. No more for me, but have your own go at it. The password you require is spoon. Be careful, Cyrus, and thanks again.
We'll talk later. Locked. It's locked. It's locked. It's locked.
B is for the boils they pop for fun.
Excuse me.
Who the hell are you?
One moment.
I don't know you.
It's locked.
Yes?
Good day. I'm Cyrus.
Aren't too many youngsters around these days, especially not as well-spoken as you. I'm Maiko, the local cartographer. Can I help you?
Do you have any maps for sale?
Sorry, I don't sell retail, contract work only, but perhaps I can make a map for you?
I could use a map of the island.
I used to make those, but I can't compete with the big Hammerfell cartography houses. Hire beggars and street urchins to copy off a master map. You've probably seen their cheap city maps around. Nothing like a good hand-drawn map. But people don't seem to care about craftsmanship anymore.
Do you have any maps for sale?
Sorry, I don't sell retail, contract work only.
I could use a map of the island.
I used to make those, but I can't compete with the big Hammerfell cartography houses. Hire beggars and street urchins. You've probably seen their...
What are people talking about around town these days?
Damning the governor's eyes, mainly. I try not to get involved in all those troubles. I've seen more than enough suffering in my life. I just want to spend my last days working with my maps.
I wonder if you've heard of this restless league.
The alliance between Daggerfall, Wayrest, and Balfiera against the Cyrodiils during the First Era? No, that was the League of Unrest. No, sorry, I'm just not familiar with it.
Do you know a young woman named Izara?
I'm afraid not. I don't know too many of the youngsters around town these days. You see, I prefer to spend my time with my maps.
Do you know a young woman named...
I'm afraid...
What do your maps tell you?
Maps are like people. Did you know that, Cyrus? There are good maps, bad maps, indifferent maps. You shouldn't trust most maps. They'll lead you astray if you give them a chance. An honest map is rarer than a true friend. Remember that, young sir.
Is life under the Imperial Governor so harsh?
I said I didn't want to speak of such things.
I've heard tell that your basement is used as a smuggler's den.
Really? How about that? I rent the downstairs to some local lads. They're quiet, always pay up on time. I can't imagine they're up to anything illegal.
These local lads, do they have names?
They never said. Perhaps you should run downstairs and ask them yourself.
We'll talk later.
Well...
Welcome to Jeffers.
Hail, Desert Walker. I am Cyrus.
Jeffer is at your service.
My sister Izara is missing. Do you know her?
An all too common tale in this city. Jeffer regrets that he cannot count your sister among his friends.
Ever heard of a group called the Restless League?
Some say pirates, some say rebels. Jafar knows too little to judge. Rumor calls them secret allies of the late prince. Whether they survived the crown's defeat, Jafar cannot say.
Stross M'Kai seems quiet, almost deserted. Has the imperial occupation been so harsh?
Tiber Septim has many clansmen of lesser repute than he. The city of the Redguard suffers under one of the least of these. Provisional Governor Richten.
Tiber Septim's reputation seems to depend on who you ask.
True, and the Redguards have long memories, as the statue in the harbor attests. History loves an empire builder, though. Jafar cannot yet say who will write Septim's epitaph.
I was surprised to see Hunding's statue still standing, national treasure or not.
Doubtless, our esteemed governor has reasons aside from Redguard's sentiment. Lord Richten has shown indifference to such niceties in other matters. Witness the fate of the old quarter.
The old quarter? What happened there?
In his excessive zeal to root out his clan's enemies, Richten put it to the torch. A silent history of Hammerfell, wrought in stone and wood, now ashes. The Redguards speak of dragonfire in the night, but Jafar remained indoors and so saw nothing.
Do you mean a dragon was here on Stross M'Kai?
Was, is. Jafar hears much, but knows little.
Is there any way to gain an audience with the governor?
Proclaiming yourself a crown might work, but more likely will lead to a speedy death. Few besides forebears have access to the palace.
There must be some other way into the palace.
An interesting architectural puzzle. The present structure dates to the early Common Era. A harmonious design, that is until our esteemed governor began his renovations. The foundations are much older, connected to a maze of catacombs which may predate the arrival of Redguards in Hammerfell.
How do I get into the catacombs?
That honor is now reserved for crowns, who must find it a pleasant place, for none has ever returned.
The forebears run Stross M'Kai now?
Redguard politics largely escaped me. The forebears allied with the Empire to win the throne, yet who sits on the high seat of Sentinel? Not Baron Volag, strangely absent from public view since his victory.
Do you think Richten dared murder the forebears' leader?
A strange reward for your chief ally, Jafar agrees. And no mention of murder passed Jafar's lips. Still, there is no king in Hammerfell.
Is it so dangerous to be a crown these days?
Jafar's interests lie more in the past than with the current upheavals, but even Jafar can see that the city has been cleansed of dissidents. Yet soldiers continue to scour the island. To what end?
Do you have any idea what the Imperials are looking for?
Jafar sent 4 copies of Dwarven lore to the palace last week. It may be no coincidence that Stross M'Kai, with the largest dwarven ruins in the Windward Lands, has received particular attention from the mighty Tiber Septim's clansmen.
Windward Lands? I'm not familiar with that term.
My apologies. Jafar almost forgot he spoke to the unclawed. The coastlands of Tamriel, to the northwest of our desert homeland. Mighty Tiber Septime bids fair to become clan mother to them all, Hammerfell included.
Dwarven ruins. I'm intrigued.
As well you should be. An amazing sight, full of the inexplicable work of that vanished people. No longer open for visitors. However, the Imperials have sealed the ancient gates for reasons known only to our honorable governor.
I'd like to buy a book.
These shelves hold wisdom and folly in equal measure. Choose carefully.
How much for Elven Artifacts, Volume 3?
The hoary tale of the Flask of Lillandrail piques your interest. Legend more than history, but a good read for 40 gold. Will it be yours?
I'll have to think about it.
As you wish.
What do you know of this legendary flask?
Legends surround it, but Jafar is sure the flask is real. Scribes of ancient Lillandrail record its discovery. Yes, the flask is not of elfish make, despite what you may read. They found it, used it, and lost it. But its creator is unknown.
What makes the flask so valuable?
Here we have only legend to guide us. Stories tell of the High Wizard of Valenwood himself, defeated by a stable boy, armed only with the flask. Exaggeration, surely, but still a kernel of truth. An anti-magic device of no small power.
It sounds like the flask may absorb magic.
Perhaps. That would explain why no mage has ever been able to detect its location.
I'd like to buy a book.
These shelves hold...
Do you recommend Favrel's Dwarven lore?
Marabar Sul's Ancient Tales of the Dreamer is more comprehensive, but hard to come by, alas. And a weighty tome, too, at 16 volumes. For 54 gold, Favril's little book is an excellent overview.
I'll have to think about it.
As you wish.
I'd like to buy...
These shelves...
Is Flora of Hammerfell worth buying?
The authoritative work, no less. And for the bargain price of 15 gold, it can be yours.
I'll have to think about it.
As...
I'd like to buy...
These...
How much for Redguards? They're heroes in history.
Your taste runs to the patriotic. A tale to stir the blood and fire the soul of any true Redguard. Although our esteemed governor might not agree, Jafar asks but 20 gold.
I'll have to think...
As...
I'd like to...
These...
What do you think about Folk's Firmament?
Less ambitious than Yunkarl's published studies, and less concerned with comparative astrology, though a decidedly human take on the stars of Tamriel. Folk's Firmament is not without its own little virtues. Jafar can part with it then for 36 gold.
I'll have to think about it.
As you...
Peace, Desert Walker. I must go. This book on elven artifacts details the Flask of Lillandril, an ancient flask with the ability to absorb magic. The flask was supposedly shipwrecked with its founders off the coast of Stross M'Kai sometime during the First Era. One of the sections even has some sort of map notations in it. Maybe someone can make the map from them. This book on dwarven lore reveals that the dwarves were destroyed long ago by the Dark Elves. There is one interesting passage which translates the dwarven language, which bears a slight resemblance to Elven.
Pardon, but no patrons behind the counter.
Flora of Hammerfell details the flora of my home province. It says here that aloe, when combined with pure water, can have healing properties. It says here that the stars of Tamriel are divided into 13 constellations. 3 of them are the major constellations, the Guardians, which protect the minor ones, their charges from the 13th constellation, which is the Serpent. Each Guardian has 3 charges apiece, and are only on guard during their particular season. The current season is presided over by the Warrior. Redguards. They are heroes in history. It talks of Redguard origins and their great heroes, including Hunding, who, with his 5 magical swords, drove the goblins from Hammerfell, and Lecky, the saint of the Spirit Sword.
May your wisdom increase.
Hello, Jafar.
Silent.
I'd like to buy...
These shall...
Peace, Desert Walker. Locked. It's locked.
What do you want?
Keeping the jail full?
Indeed, Redguard. Move along.
I need to visit with one of your prisoners.
They don't take visitors. Now go about your business.
That's all for now, but I'll be back. It's locked.
C is for the water sailors, sail on. What's a password?
Spoon.
Right, just a second. What's wanted, mate?
Cyrus.
Gerrika. Welcome to the smuggler's den. What do you want?
I'm looking for Azara, my sister. Apparently, she did business with you occasionally.
That's right, she came by from time to time. Last time I saw her, she was after a piece of malachite for some reason.
Does the Restless League operate out of the smuggler's den?
We've always worked together, since way back before the Civil War. Mutual interest and all that. The League boys must be laying low. Haven't seen any of them in weeks. Yeah, no matter. Smuggling's good business with or without pirates.
The Imperial occupation doesn't seem to have cramped your style much.
Everyone needs smugglers, like it or not. For instance, Rickton likes his Valenwood wine. The League makes sure none of it arrives legally, and we make sure the palace cellar stays well stocked. Everybody wins.
A cozy little operation you've got here.
Thanks. We like to think so. Say, who gave you the password, by the way? So I know who I need to beat the hell out of.
Still, I'm surprised Rickton gives you such a free hand.
We have our uses. Like if you don't want the Emperor to know how much taxes you're actually collecting. As I said, everybody wins.
Don't worry, your secret's safe with me. Not that this place is such a secret. Half the town seems to know about it.
Yeah, well, we don't rate quite as highly as the Restless League on Rickton's enemies list.
Suppose you wanted to get into the governor's palace. Could you do it?
Not me. Governor tolerates our operation, sure, but he doesn't trust us. Rickton's a stickler for security, and no wonder. The League would love to put a knife in him. Nobody gets in the palace without a damn good reason.
What would Azara want with that?
Dunno. She sure wanted it bad, though. Traded me a League insignia for it. Said I could use it to get favors from the League. Yeah, but since then the League has vanished from Stross M'Kai, so I'm stuck with a worthless piece of paper.
I could use that insignia Azara gave you. Can I have it?
Well, that depends. What's in it for me?
You claim to be Azara's friend. I'm trying to find out what happened to her, and I need that parchment to do it.
I never said I was her friend, just that I knew her. What makes you think I care what happened to her?
Because I know my sister. She would have liked you. She always did have bad taste in men.
Is that supposed to be an insult? Hell, you may as well take it. I can see if I don't give it to you, you'll just stand here talking all day. And I got work to do.
It's been a pleasure, Yurik.
So, you want something? What's working, laddie? What's wrong, Cyrus?
Hello, Captain. I am out of practice, it seems, or else Azara's plight disturbs me to distraction. Those goons have hurt me not a little. Where may I rest and heal these wounds?
Drink this and be done with it. There is no time to rest. For this city crawls with shadows that mean you harm, and your sisters among them. You can buy more of these at the Mages Guild, or visit the temple, should you become wounded again. And knowing you, that'll be often.
A health potion. I can buy more healing potions in the Mages Guild?
Aye, it's right across the plaza here. They've other magical trinkets for sale there too. Give them a visit. Oh, and tell that cute little elfin apprentice that she needs to come see the ocean with me.
It is lucky you were...
I know.
Anyway.
I sent the...
I'll be back.
Just go on.
A word.
No, I haven't.
Excuse me.
Times are hard in Stross M'Kai. Can't help you, fellow.
I wonder what's in there.
Well?
Hello again, Triff.
Still alive.
I have heard tales of a magical flask buried somewhere on Stross M'Kai.
The legend older than the Redguard. Many have looked and failed, but who can resist the lure of lost treasure? In my youth, I, too, searched for the flask. Luckier than most, for I once possessed a piece of the truth.
The flask is in pieces?
No, my boy. A piece of a map purported to show its location. I say a piece of the truth, but that is only an old man talking, for the map may lead to nothing, even if it was entire.
Perhaps, but it sounds like a worthy challenge. Do you still have the map?
No. Since my house in the old quarter was destroyed, I've stayed in my boat. I risked my life to save that map, and was justly rewarded for my unworthy obsession when it was stolen a few weeks ago. I'm glad it's gone.
Why unworthy? A map to a priceless magical artifact seems like a worthy prize.
And so the Redguards have fallen. The elders teach the young, and who can blame them for learning? The true Redguard risks his life for honor, pride, and spirit.
Ideology doesn't mark the spot, old man.
As much as a lost map it does, mercenary. I saw but fit to warn you against searching for the flask's wealth for its own sake. The world is bigger than your gold pouch.
Yeah, a sword sold is a sword sullied against true cause. Never mind why I want the flask, Triffic. Lakeen said your boat was damaged by vandals.
By the looks of it. Woke up one morning and the midboard was broken. Hope he gets to it soon.
Thanks, Trip. I've got to go. I wonder what's in there.
God! So die, Redguard! Try me, Redguard. Traitor. Take that. You will die, Redguard. Put it down. You're quite take that. Yield. You're quite trained well, but not to win. You're quite resourceful. Yeah. Your style. Step it up. Out of. I have this, rebel. I'm quick. Blood with it. No match. Out of my die, Redguard. Fall.
Not this time. It's a strength potion. 5 gold pieces. It's empty. Somebody's really been through this place. It's empty. Somebody's really been through this place. Locked. Cassandra, hello.
Cyrus, what do you need?
I'm told of a legendary magical flask, supposed to be buried somewhere on the island.
Sounds fascinating. I love stories of buried treasure.
I've killed several Imperial soldiers who had broken into your house. I hope that won't cause you any trouble with the governor.
The governor should hope I don't cause him any trouble over this. What possible reason could his soldiers have for breaking into my house? A loyal forebear, of all people, one of his few potential allies in the city. Not a good sign for the Empire's future here in Hammerfell.
Excuse me. Perhaps we can speak later. He looks a little...
Lad?
Cyrus, sweetheart.
We'll talk later.
Cyrus. And how do you do?
Hello again, Captain Brent.
The valiant swordsman returns. How can I help you?
Thanks. It's locked.
Your health, lad.
One moment.
Go about your business, Redguard.
Magnificent!
Well?
Thank you, son. You are...
Thanks, Avi.
D is for the lumps upon their tongues.
I greet you.
Hello, Jafar.
Sire,
I'd like to...
these
How much for... I'll take it. I'd like...
the
Do you reckon...
Marabar for 50.
I'll take it.
Jifa,
I'd like...
the
Is Flora...
the Athar,
I'll take it.
Jifa,
I'd like to...
these
How much for...
your
I'll take it.
Jifa,
I'd like to...
these
What do you think of...
less, though at the
I'll take it.
Jifa.
Peace, Desert Walker. Probably need to find something to use it with. Probably need to find something to use it with. I can't use this by itself. This book on dwarven lore reveals that the dwarves were destroyed long ago by the Dark Elves. There is one... This book on elven artifacts details the Flask of Lillandril, an ancient flask with the ability to absorb magic. The flask was supposedly shipwrecked with its founders off the coast of Stross M'Kai sometime during the First Era. One of the sections even has some sort of map notations in it. Maybe someone can make a map from them. Redguards. They're heroes in history. It talks of Redguard origins and their great heroes, including Hunding, who, with his 5 magical swords, drove the goblins from Hammerfell, and Leki, the saint of the spirit sword. Flora of Hammerfell details the flora of my home province. It says here that aloe, when combined with pure water, can have healing properties. says here that the stars of... This book on dwarven lore reveals that the dwarves were destroyed long ago by the dark elves. Hello, Maiko.
Hello, Cyrus. Something I can do for you?
Have you ever heard of the Flask of Lillandril?
Hunding's bones, of course I have. Treasure hunters come here from all over Tamriel, digging and poking around interminably. Well, they say there's a treasure map floating around here somewhere, but I don't believe it.
Why not?
If there were a real map, why hasn't someone found the flask by now? Such a waste of time and effort, lusting after a mythical elven flask, when the island is full of real mysteries.
What do you mean?
Well, the caverns, for instance. Haven't heard of them, have you? Or the dwarven ruins either. But they're real, young sir, and as full of mystery and adventure as you could ask.
Where can I find these caverns you speak of?
Now that's the question, isn't it? Won't find them on your cheap commercial map, will you? That's a real mystery for you to ponder.
Tell me more about these dwarven ruins.
A bit more famous than the caverns, but if it's not about elves, no one cares. One of the great mysteries of the ages, the disappearance of the dwarves. But instead it's Flask of Lillandril this, Flask of Lillandril that.
I don't know much about dwarves. I always thought they were mythical creatures.
See what I mean? Not myths. Real as stone and metal. Who do you think built those ruins? All gone thousands of years ago. No one knows why, but that's a whole nother story. What were we talking about again?
Do you have any maps for sale?
Sorry, I don't sell retail. Contract work.
I wonder if you can make anything of this. These look like map notations to me.
Let me see. Oh, bloody hell. This again. Jafar must have sold this annotated copy of Elven artifacts 10 times. And they always end up here. Can you make me a map, they say? Why is everyone so mad over lost Elven treasure? I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm too busy today.
I'm willing to pay for the map. Handsomely. Just name your price.
Persistent, eh? Listen, if you'll give me the book, I'll make it for you. One last time, free of charge. At least then I won't ever have to see it again.
Do you have it?
Sorry, I don't sell...
We'll talk later.
Speak up, I've got work to do.
Hello, Maiko.
Hello, sir.
Do you have any...
Sorry, I don't...
I wonder if...
Let me see. And they...
I'm willing to...
Purse?
I'd rather hang on to the book. Can I just pay you to make the map?
You're not listening, are you? Elves! 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 Is that all you can think of? What do you know about the Flask of Lillandril? Did the elven ship really wreck on Stross M'Kai? Now, it doesn't have to do with elves. No one's interested. Well, I, for one, am sick of elves and their oh-so-mysterious ways. Bah! Don't get me started.
You say the flask arrived on Stross M'Kai in an elven ship?
Now what did I just say? Out! Get out! Stop asking me about the damn elves!
Maiko,
No. Yes?
hello, Maiko.
Hello, son.
Do you have...
Sir,
I wonder...
let me... And the
I'm willing...
person...
Sounds good. When will the map be ready?
Come back in a little while. I'll see what I can make of it. Yes?
Maiko, is my map ready yet?
Go away! Go away! I'm trying to work. You want me to finish this or not?
Hello again, Brother Niddle.
It is good to...
I need you to...
I must ask you to pay the...
Fine. Until later, Brother Niddle.
Goodbye, my son.
the talisman of sacred hunting, who drove the goblins out of Hammerfell and into the earth.
Help! Murder! Help! What?
First time, huh?
Give me all of it! All of it! Give me! Help! Murder!
Is that the best you've got?
Help! Murder! Help!
A map of Stross M'Kai. What's this? Good. I could use this.
Well, what are we doing out so far from town? What? That hurt, lambkin. Ah, good, I must say. What? That hurt, lambkin. What? That hurt, lambkin.
A potion of iron skin.
See, sucker! Yeah, help! Yeah, help! Me and Lacey, we're gonna cut your ass, city boy! Me and Lacey, we're gonna cut your ass, city boy! Come on, sissy boy!
Is that the best you've got?
Oh, let me take him! Yeah, help! Oh, let me take him! That hurt! Oh.
A potion of iron skin.
Hey, Brother Ned, look what we got here. Hey, sorry, that thing's sharp. Bet that sword will bring a pretty coin, huh, Neddy, my boy?
Come on.
Ned and me need some dosh ticket. Oh, got me, you sneak.
Not bad. Try this.
Hey, you done spoiled my shirt. Hey, you done spoiled my shirt.
Excellent. Don't suppose you know what's going on. Have we met before? Okay, cough it up, Bull. Tell me what you know. Oh, okay, so my sister is lost, and there's these pirates, and forget it. Blonde hair, ankh on his chest, been poking around that wagon. You know the guy I'm looking for?
Looking for something? Go away! Leave her alone! Well? Speak up, stranger.
Hello.
What do you want?
I wonder if you know my sister.
Why would I know your sister? Why don't you just go back to the city where you belong?
Have you ever heard of the Restless League?
Why would I tell you if I had? I don't need them. I'll fight the Empire all by myself if I have to.
Is that your mother over there? Is she all right?
Go away! Leave her alone. We don't need your help. I can take care of her just fine. Leave us alone!
You sure do seem to hate the Empire.
They killed my brother, and I'm gonna make them pay.
Who killed your brother? Imperial soldiers?
What do you care anyway? I don't need your help.
I've heard about your brother being killed by the soldiers. I'm sorry.
Thanks.
Care to talk about it?
It's just hard. trying to take care of my mother with Hale being killed and we're not allowed in the city and everyone else leaving. And now it's just the two of us. And I don't know what we're going to do. I'm Coyle, by the way.
I'm Cyrus. Again, I'm sorry about your troubles. Do you know anything about the Restless League?
Sure. They're the bravest Redguards in them all. They'll never surrender to the Empire. They even blew up the governor's ship right in the harbor. Do you know how I can find them?
Afraid not. I was hoping you could tell me.
No. Hale said they'd never let a Yakuden join. But why not? I figure they need all the men they can get now. And I'm a pretty good swordsman myself, you know.
Coyle, do you know my sister Izara?
She was your sister? My mother blames Izara for getting Hale killed, but I know your sister did her best to save him. She fought off 10 soldiers, all by herself. I'm going to join the League and fight the Empire, as soon as my mother's safe.
What is your mother doing? Is she all right?
Please, don't disturb her, Cyrus. If she doesn't keep up the Song of Passage, Hale's soul will go to the Necromancer.
Are you and your mother the only Yokudans on the island?
We're all that's left. The day after we buried Hale, the governor banned all Yokudans from the city, called us all traitors. So everyone else took passage to the mainland, except we couldn't leave on account of the Necromancer trying to steal Hale's soul.
Avik told me that he saw Izara and Hale together on the day he was killed.
Avik, the Snake Man! Hale liked him. He was always nice to us. She brought Hale into camp that day, all bleeding, but I'd never seen her before. She tried to explain what happened, but Mother wouldn't listen, just screamed at her and told her never to come back.
So you don't know why she was with your brother?
She said she needed my mother's help, but Mother was too upset. I guess the soldiers attacked them on the way here, but I don't know why. Hale was never in trouble with anyone before.
Could Hale have been a member of the League?
No. He used to laugh at me when I said I wanted to join. Said I didn't understand the way the world worked yet. I was too young. But I'll be 17 in 3 months.
Do you know how to contact the Restless League?
Well, no. But I'll find out.
Why would the Necromancer want to steal Hale's soul?
Well, not his soul specifically. The whole island is trapped in his evil soul snare. That's what Mother said. Anyone who dies without the proper ritual, their soul goes into his tower, and he adds them to his army of undead.
I'm surprised your mother is able to protect Hale from such a powerful necromancer.
You shouldn't be. My mother is a powerful witch, the witch mother of our whole tribe. If Hale hadn't been born under the sign of the serpent, she could have passed his soul through the necromancer's web easily.
Where is this necromancer's tower?
Cyrus, you don't want to go there. The necromancer kills anyone who trespasses in his tower and steals their soul.
I'm surprised the whole island isn't crawling with the living dead with all the fighting that's going on here.
Well, the city folk have their temple to save them from the necromancer's snare, but we don't believe that way. Mother needs to set the Starstones to show Hale the proper way to the other side, but she hasn't been able to foretell the Serpent's Passage this season.
Are those the Starstones over there?
That's right, Cyrus. Normally it would be simple, but Hale was born under the sign of the Serpent, and the Serpent's path can't be predicted.
This serpent, one of the constellations?
Yes. The other 12 follow the circles of heaven, guardians and charges, but the Serpent respects no master. It moves across the heavens, threatening the other constellations in its path. The only way to guide Hale's soul through the necromancer's snare is to place the Starstones in the position of the Serpent's head and tail. But there's no way to predict the Serpent's path.
I never paid much attention in astronomy class. Guardians and charges?
Gosh, Cyrus, everyone knows that 3 guardians each protect 3 charges in their own circle of heaven. Didn't you learn the rhyme? Strong warrior charges, wise mage orders, clever thief watches.
That does sound familiar. Sing me the verse about the warrior.
Strong warrior charges, steed prancing, lady dancing, lord advancing through the night.
What's the whole verse about the mage?
Wise mage orders, apprentice learning, ritual turning, golem burning through the night.
How did the verse about the thief go again?
Clever thief watches, lover sighing, shadow lying.
tower defying through the night.
So Hale's soul has not yet left this world for the next.
No, Mother's song keeps it safe here until she can figure out the proper placement of the starstones. If she stops with the stones placed incorrectly, Hale's soul will be taken by the necromancer's snare.
If there's no way of predicting the serpent's path, how can your mother ever complete the ritual?
I don't know. I want to help, but I don't know anything about the stars. All Mother can do is continue the Song of Passage to keep Hale's soul from straying. Cyrus, can you help us?
I'll do what I can, Coil. Don't worry, you can count on me.
Thanks, Cyrus. Please hurry. I don't know how much longer my mother can keep up the song.
Sorry, but I've got to go. Perhaps later we can talk.
I'd like to help if I can.
What's this? What's this? What's this? One moment.
Go about your business, Redguard.
can't use this by itself. Can't use this by itself. A large aloe leaf. It doesn't do anything by itself.